Welcome to BYK Expert Lecture Series 2020-21. I am Mrs. Jayashree Shekhar Joshi from BYK College of Commerce, Nasik. In last lecture, we did revision of lesson number 1, Introduction to Corporate Finance. Now, in this lecture, we are going to do quick revision of chapter number 2, that is Sources of Corporate Finance. In unit first, there are two chapters, that is lesson number 1 and lesson number 2. This unit carry 17 marks and with option 25 marks. Okay? Firstly, we will see the introduction. Finance holds the key to all business activities. Finance is necessary throughout the activities of promotion, organization, and regular operations of business. The finance needed by business organization is termed as capital. Every business organization needs certain capital for its activities. A joint stock company, which is a modern form of business organization and being a large undertaking, require huge capital for business. Capital formation is a process of collection of capital from various sources according to financial plan of company. A joint stock company collects huge funds through different sources. Following are the sources of finance based on capital, that is own capital and borrowed capital. Let us see own capital. The capital raised by company with the help of owners, means shareholders, is called own capital. Own capital is regarded as a permanent capital. It is returned only at the time of winding up of the company. The shareholders purchase shares of the company and supply necessary capital. It is one form of the own capital. Correct? Another form of own capital is retained earning. It is also known as flowing back of profit. It is reinvestment of profit in the business by the company itself. Retained earning is an internal source of finance. What do you understood? The process of accumulating corporate profits and their utilization in business is called retained earning. Correct? A part of net profit. Listen, a part of net profit which is not distributed to shareholders as dividend is retained by company in the form of reserve fund. Company converts its reserves into bonus share capital and capitalize its profit. This capitalization of profit by issue of bonus share is known as flowing back of profit or self-financing. Understood? Now, can you tell me what do you mean by shares? Shares, the total capital of company is divided into small parts and each part is called share. Share is a small unit of capital of a company. A person who purchases shares of a company is known as shareholder or a member of that company. What are the features of shares? Features of shares are first meaning, then ownership. The owner of share is called as shareholder. Then distinctive number. Each share has distinct number for identification. Then evidence of title. A share certificate is a document of title of ownership of shares. It is shown by share certificate or in the form demat share. Understood? Then value of share. Face value. This value is written on the share certificate. Correct? Then issue value. It is the price at which company sells its shares. Then third, market value. This value of share is determined by demand and supply forces in the share market. Next point, rights. Right to receive dividend, right to attend meeting, right to vote. Correct? Then next point, income. A shareholder get dividend. Then transferability. The shares of public limited company are freely transferable. Then property of shareholder. Share is movable property. Then kinds of shares. There are two kinds of shares. First, equity shares and second, preference shares. While solving the paper, you have to be attentive whether features of share are asked or features of equity shares. Both are different. Correct? Now we will look into equity shares. What do you mean by equity shares? Companies Act defines equity shares as those shares which are not preference shares. Those shares which are not preference shares. The equity shares are those shares which have no special preferential rights as to payment of dividend and do not have priority for repayment of capital at the time of winding up of the company. Okay? Now we will see features of equity shares. First, permanent capital. Equity shares are irredeemable shares. The amount received from equity shares is not refundable by the company during its lifetime. So, it is permanent capital. Second, fluctuating dividend. The rate of dividend depends upon amount of profit earned by company. Next, third, rights. Equity shareholders enjoy certain rights, that is, right to vote, right to share in profit, right to inspect books, right to transfer shares. Correct? Then next point is no preferential right. Equity shareholders do not enjoy preferential right in respect of payment of dividend. Next, controlling power. The equity shareholders are real masters of the company because they enjoy all voting rights. They can participate in the management of the company. Next point is risk. Equity shareholders bear maximum risk in the company. They are also called as shock absorbers. Next, residual claimants. A residual claimant means the last claim on the earning of company. Next, no charge on asset. The equity shares do not create any charge over assets of the company. Then next point is bonus issue. Bonus shares are issued as gift to equity shareholders. These shares are issued free of cost to existing equity shareholders. Then right issue. Whenever a company makes fresh issue of shares for the purpose of raising additional funds for expansion of business, the existing shareholders are given rights first to buy those newly shares in proportion to their shares. Understood? Next point is face value. The face value of equity shares is low. Generally, it is rupees 10 per share or even rupees 1 per share. Then market value. Market value of equity shares fluctuates according to the demand and supply of these shares. When a company earns huge profit, market value of its share increases. On the other hand, when it incurs loss, the market value of its shares decreases. Correct? Then next point, capital appreciation. Profitability and prosperity of the company enhances reputation of company in the share market, and it facilitates appreciation of market value of equity shares. Correct? Following are types of equity shares. Types of equity shares, two types. First, equity shares with normal voting right and equity shares with differential voting rights. Okay? Now we will see preference shares. These shares have certain preferential rights. A preferential right as to payment of dividend during the lifetime of company, and second, a preferential right as to the return of capital in the event of winding up of company. The preference shareholders are co-owner of the company but not controllers. Correct? Now, features of preference shares. First, preference for dividend. The dividend is payable to preference shareholders before it is paid to equity shareholders. Then, preference for repayment of capital. Then third point, fixed return. These shares carry dividend at fixed rate. Then nature of capital. Preference shares do not provide permanent share capital. Preference share capital is safe capital as the rate of dividend and market value does not fluctuate. Then market value. The market value of preference shares does not change. Then voting rights. The preference shares do not have normal voting rights. They have voting rights on any resolution of the company directly affecting their rights. Okay? Then risk. The cautious investors usually invest in preference shares because these shares provided safety to capital and regular income flow to them. Then face value. The face value of preference share is relatively higher than equity shares, that is rupees 100 per share. Then next, right or bonus issue. Preference shareholders are not entitled for right or bonus issue. Next, nature of investors. The moderate type of investors who are cautious and conservative usually make investment in preference shares. Correct? So, let us see distinguish between equity shares and preference shares. You can see in PPT. Now, which are the types of preference shares? First, cumulative preference shares. Cumulative preference shares are those shares on which dividend goes on accumulating until it is fully paid. This means if the dividend is not paid in one or more years, listen carefully, if the dividend is not paid in one or more years due to inadequate profits, then this unpaid dividend gets accumulated, and this accumulated dividend is paid when company performs well. Okay? Second, non-cumulative preference shares. Dividend on these shares does not get accumulated. This means the dividend on shares can be paid only out of profits of the year. Then third, participating preference shares. These shareholders have get fixed dividend and also have right to participate in surplus profit. Then non-participating preference shares. These shareholders have a right to receive only dividend at fixed rate. Correct? Then convertible preference shares. These shareholders have a right to convert their preference shares into equity shares. Correct? Then non-convertible preference shares. These shares cannot be converted into equity shares. Next, redeemable preference shares. Shares which can be redeemed after certain fixed period of time are called redeemable preference shares. Next, irredeemable preference shares. Shares which are not redeemable, that is payable only on winding up of the company, are called irredeemable preference shares. As per section 55 in bracket 1 of the Companies Act 2013, a company, listen carefully, a company cannot issue irredeemable preference shares. Okay? Which question we have discussed? Most important questions. What is equity share and explain its features. Correct? Then what are preference shares? State its features. And define preference shares and what are the different types of preference shares. These questions are most important questions. Now, borrowed capital. Only own capital is not sufficient to carry on all business activities of a joint stock company. A company needs borrowed capital to supplement its own capital. Correct? This capital, which is borrowed from creditors. Debt holders are creditors of the company. It is also known as debt capital. It is collected by way of issue of debentures, then fixed deposits, loans from bank, then financial institutions, etc. Now, you see on the PPT or you see on the screen, distinguish between own capital and borrowed capital. You should write at least 5 to 6 points in your exam. Now, debentures. We will see debentures. A debenture is a document given by a company as evidence of debt to the holder. A debt is a certificate of loan taken. A holder of debenture is creditor of the company. Let us see features of debentures. Features of debentures. First point is promise. Debenture is a promise by company that it owes specified sum of money to holder of the debenture. Face value, it is rupees 100, correct? Then time of repayment. Debts are issued with the due date stated in the debenture certificate. The principal amount of debenture is repaid on maturity date. Then priority of repayment. Next point is assurance of repayment. Then interest. Payment of interest is a fixed rate. Then parties of debentures. First company, then trustees, and third debenture holders. Next point, authority to issue debentures. According to the Companies Act 2013, the Board of Directors has the power to issue debentures. Next point is status of debenture holder. You know very well, debenture holder is a creditor of a company. Then no voting right. Debenture holders have no right to vote at general meeting of the company. Then security. Debentures are generally secured by fixed or floating charge on assets of the company. Then issuers. Debentures can be issued by both private company and public limited company. Then listing. Debentures must be listed with at least one recognized stock exchange. Next point is transferability. Debentures can be easily transferred. Let us see types of debentures. On the basis of securities, first secured debentures. The security may be for some particular assets, fixed charge, or it may be the asset in general, means floating charge. The debentures are secured through trust deed. Then second, unsecured debentures. The issue unsecured debentures is now prohibited by the Companies Act 2013. Then on the basis of transfer. Registered debentures. A company maintains register of debenture holders in which name, address and the details of the holding is recorded. Then bearer debentures. Name of holders are not recorded on the bearer debentures. Their names do not appear on the register of debenture holders. Next, on the basis of repayment. Redeemable debentures. Debentures are mostly redeemed at the end of some fixed period. Date is mentioned on the debenture certificate. Next, irredeemable debentures. These types of debentures are not repayable during lifetime of the company. Next, on the basis of conversion. Convertible debentures. Convertible debentures give right to holder to convert them into equity shares after a specific period of time. And last, non-convertible debentures. Those debentures are not convertible into equity shares on maturity. Correct? These two questions is also very important. What is debenture and explain its features. Yeah? Define debentures and what are the different types of debentures. Okay? All questions are very important. Now we will see justify the following statements. Sentence: public deposit is a good source of short-term finance. You can see on the screen. A company collects the required amount of capital through different sources such as issue of shares, borrowing, accepting deposit from public, etc. The deposit accepted by the company from general public are called public deposits. A company may accept the deposit for a minimum period of 6 months and for a maximum period of 3 years. Because of these reasons, the acceptance of deposits is a source of raising capital for short term. You explain these points. Then second, bondholder is creditor of the company. Bondholder is a debt security. When a company borrows money for long-term finance and issue a certificate under its seal as acknowledgement, it is called bond. The bondholder is a creditor of the company. Interest payable to the bondholders is a fixed rate and it is payable on the maturity of bond. It is paid compulsorily by the company even if profit is not earned. Bondholders have no right to attend general meetings and participate in the management. Now we will see ADR and GDR, American Depository Receipt and Global Depository Receipt. ADR and GDR are dollar and euro denominated instruments traded on stock exchange of foreign countries. Both GDR and ADR are depository receipts, and each depository receipt contains fixed number of shares. They represent claims of shares noted thereon. Depository receipts which are traded in USA are called ADR, and which are traded in all foreign countries except USA are called GDR. Understood? And your homework is what are the schemes for disbursement of credit by bank. Now we will see cases. You see on the screen. First case, Mr. Satish is a speculator. He desires to take advantage of growing market for companies, product and earn handsomely. And question is, according to you, which type of share Mr. Satish will choose to invest? Which type? Equity shares. Correct? Second question is, what does he receive as return on investment? You know what? Dividend. Correct? Then third question, state any one right which he will enjoy as a shareholder. As a shareholder, he has to right to cast vote in proportion to his shareholdings. You can write any right you can write. Then second case, Mr. Rohit, an individual investor, invests his own funds in the securities. He depends on investment income and does not want to take any risk. He is interested in definite rate of income and safety of principal. And our question is, name the type of security that Mr. Rohit will opt for. What is answer? Safety कौन से? Preference shares. Second question is, what does he receive as return on his investment? Mr. Rohit would receive dividend. Correct? Then the return on investment which he receives is fixed or fluctuating? Fixed. Mr. Rohit receive fixed rate. बरोबर? Correct? In board exam, question will not be asked on financial institution in India and trade credit. Okay? Thank you.